Good morning. Our affirmation this morning is, as I release what no longer serves me, I open space for new light in my life. Can you join me in saying that? As I release what no longer serves me, I open space for new light in my life. So welcome to Unity of Mesa, where we enlighten, empower, and energize one another to uplift our world through a greater expression of God. I'm Reverend Judy Hildebrand, and this morning I have joining me Kenya Cribb, one of our board members, and our musician will be Jennifer Sheets. And so now we let Jennifer start with the song I Release and I Let Go.
Thank you so much, and good morning. I know some of you know this song, so please feel free to join in. There was a time in my life, thought I had to do it all for myself. Didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. Didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can see you're discouraged. Struggling, just making through gotta let it go. Just let it all go. Let it all go. This is what you have to say. I release, I let go, let the spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release, I let go. Let the spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Thank you so much. Beautiful song. What a wonderful way to open up the service today. Good morning, everyone. I have a few things for you to know about today. The first thing is that if you can stay after service today to help put away our wonderful Christmas decorations, we would love for you to join us. We really, really need you to do that. So think about it and join us after service. We are so excited to have the amazing singer, songwriter, and beloved New Thought artist, Daniel Namod, with us. He will be here on Sunday, January 9th, for the service and an afternoon concert. If you have never heard him perform live, plan on being here. Tickets are on sale now. This concert will be an in-person event only. Gretchen Bickert is a sound and energy therapist, death doula, and grief movement guide. She is here at Unity of Mesa every first Wednesday for Gong meditation, and she is bringing 2 very special workshops in January. On January 19th, she will be with Sunny O'Rourke, and the topic will be Let's Talk About Death. A few of the topics include end of life discussion, out of the coffin, and into conversation. Through this guided meditation, it will be with sound. They will also discuss in-depth discussions about end of life planning. They will have hands-on activities, and there will be a few brief presentations. You will spend time reflecting upon this often avoided taboo topic. Gretchen and Reverend Judy will also have another workshop on January 20th. The topic will be Healing Our Grief Workshop. It is for those of you who are struggling with the loss of a loved one, including a longtime companion or a pet, and they're going to teach you and walk you through how to honor that grief. Full details, dates, times, costs, and more for either of those workshops and the concert will be on our Things for You to Know page at unityofmesa.org. For those of you in the building today, you may also register for any of them in the bookstore. Thank you for sharing your love and light with us this morning. Please know that your soul is welcome here. And now, let's share our guiding statement to remind us why we all come together. Together, we are here to experience more of the fullness of who we truly are in order to transform the world.
So, it's the end of the year, and as a minister, we get to do those things that none of us like to do, and that's asking for money. And I had a friend who is a minister of a church. She's no longer with a church. She's now just doing education. But she decided she needed to go visit one of her congregants and make that end of the year plea for donations. And she was trying to be creative with it, trying to figure out how to do this more creatively. And so when she got to his house, she just said, "Farmer Joe, I had a dream last night. And my dream was that you really wanted to give a generous donation at the end of the year to the church, that you've gotten so much from it." And he looked at her and he said, I'll have to think about that. I'll let you know Sunday. And so Sunday came and he kind of moseyed on up to her and handed her a bag and said, "Bless you, minister, bless you." Her name was Pat. "Bless you, Pat," and took on off out the door. After everyone left, she opened it up and inside was a book, How to Interpret Your Dreams. So my dream was that I wouldn't have to ask anybody in the congregation for money at the end of the year, and everyone would just want to have their own dream and dream about all the gifts they would like to give to the community. So anyway, I've just now done my end of the year ask. All right, so not too painful, was it, everyone? But we are reminding you that it's the end of the year, and if you have any kind of extra contributions you would like to give to the church, it would be greatly appreciated. So this is our Burning Bowl service. It's my favorite service of the year, and I'm sorry so many people are missing it. but I know it's a out-of-town weekend and it's been a busy weekend. So does everyone have a small piece of paper, a full-size piece of paper, and a pencil? If not, just kind of raise your hand and the ushers will make sure you get that. And you may want a clipboard to make it easier to write on because you're going to be doing some writing today. This is an inner process for you today. If you're at home and you picked up the holiday bag, you should have in it a small little piece of paper, and you will need a bowl of water for that. It is dissolvable paper, so you don't have to take the chance of burning your house down. If you did not pick up a holiday bag, you can shred your paper instead of burning it if you don't want to burn it, or make sure you've got a place outside to do the burning. That is safe. All right, today's our time for an annual reconciliation. Myrtle Fillmore, co-founder of Unity, said, "It surely is not wisdom and good judgment to keep at a thing year after year that brings no appreciable returns and that does not cause the soul to grow and expand and radiate through the body as ever-renewing health and youth." Lasso said that in the pursuit of learning, every day something is to be acquired. In the pursuit of Tao, every day something is to be dropped. So what would your backpack look like if instead of carrying your stuff around on the inside, you had to carry it in a backpack on your back? How heavy would it be? How huge would it be? I'm thinking in my younger years, my backpack would have been like this tall, all the way down to the floor and about this wide, and I wouldn't have been able to stand up with it on my back. So think about that a minute. What would your backpack look like? What size would it be? Yeah. And what would you like to let go of and take out of your backpack? Maybe there's some resentment in it still, or some bitterness about events in your life. Maybe you'd like to get rid of some of that weight. Maybe you would like to get rid of some of your resistance. Anybody here have resistance to change? Resistance to healthy eating, maybe, especially the last week? Yeah. What about your relationships? Are there some relationships that aren't as healthy as you would like them to be? Maybe some relationships that you need to just let go of. Maybe new relationships, or maybe a lack of relationships, and you would like to increase that. And wondering, what are you pushing away? Why are you pushing those away? And maybe there's some time or energy leaks that you're carrying around. Maybe it's that indecisiveness, spending $1 worth of time over a 10-cent decision. Anybody do that? I'm horrendous at spending hours over a $1 decision. I'll get online to buy something. I'm going, oh, it may go on sale tomorrow, so I'll be back online tomorrow. And it does go on sale tomorrow. But then I'm going, oh, but it could go on sale. And by the time I'm done, I'm going, well, I've just spent 10 hours of my time. I still haven't bought it. And it's now back to its regular price. But what type of energy am I taking? What is the weight of that energy? And maybe overanalyzing, sometimes overly analyzing things, that gets really heavy, doesn't it? Just having to rethink it, and it keeps spinning around in my brain. I'm thinking about it. What about the need for certainty? We are never guaranteed anything. We're not guaranteed anything, but sometimes we have such a need for certainty and for control. What if we took some of that out of our backpack? Because there's lots of it in some of our backpacks. And what about fear? Fear of failure? maybe fear of dying, therefore maybe fear of living, especially now with COVID. I'm afraid to die, but I'm afraid to actually live because I don't want to be out where I might catch something that might kill me, right? So it's that whole cycle of fear. What if I released some of my fear and instead went to let me use some good sense? Let me use discernment, but don't let me live in fear right now. As I watch everybody with masks on going, yeah, it's just a different world we're in right now. But how can we do it without fear involved? How can we do it as honoring? I honor other people, I honor myself. And if I know that there's something that's airborne and can create quite a bit of harm to someone, I just honor by wearing a mask. I don't have to wear it to be because I'm fearful. What if we look at it like that? And so today we are looking at making this backpack a little bit lighter, a little bit smaller. And as we empty it, we will find that we've got more room and more energy for doing those things that might serve the world better. We have more energy for giving, more energy for supporting, more energy for helping. They say that winter will always bring the north, the cycle on the medicine wheel that compels us to look at our core, to give us the chance to release unwanted conditions created by our own beliefs, to die to the old self and make room for our new beginnings. Many of us can feel the need to heal through releasing old patterns of some kind. It may be a quiet tap we hear, or it may be the loud and obvious need for change. We may have a health condition that starts and we know we have to change something for it. It may be something with a relationship. We know we have to make a change. So today we're going to play with the transformative power of fire and of water for those who are at home. The burning bowl is a symbolic way to cleanse our lives, to let go of mistakes and failures of the past and move on. The fire and water are both symbols of transformation. The fire takes the paper and changes it from one form to another, solid to heat and smoke. The water dissolves the paper. Likewise, in our lives, we will take these blocks, these fears, these old hurts and mistakes, and we burn them or we wash them away. This releases our personal power, freeing it up to work in our lives in a more constructive way. We realize it takes a lot of energy to keep mistakes and fears hidden. In Unity, we use this ritual every year to help us release and transform the limiting beliefs and thoughts we carry around with us, which create unwanted conditions or patterns that are no longer serving us. We do this through the transformative process of fire, and fire, the physical form, changes. The ability something has to be held solidly is released. It turns to smoke and ashes. It changes from something heavy to a lightness that then actually can fertilize our earth again. And our water, when we use water, our water is a dissolving force in nature. And as it dissolves any of those things we are carrying around that we no longer want to carry with us, we know that it is being transformed into nutrients that will feed the earth again also. So today you'll be led in a guided meditation and then asked to allow these things which no longer serve you to come forth. You will then be guided to write down the headliner version of the behavior, limiting thoughts or beliefs you wish to transform. So that's going to be in that little sheet of paper. And if you've got tons of it today, you can write on top of the words on top of each other. You can draw little pictures, whatever you want, just a symbol of what you want to let go of and you want to release today. And then you will be invited to take them outside and burn them. Or at home, you'll be invited to dissolve them or to take them outside of your own place and burn them. So this is the beginning of transforming our life this year. Life is like a garden, and we are the planter. The soil must be prepared with enough water and fertilizer to get the seeds going. We must provide sunlight and removal of the weeds, the thinning out of plants if it gets too crowded, good drainage, tender loving care. And that's what we will want to do after this service. And then after we are done burning today, we will come back in and hold sacred space for those who are finishing their burning. And we will write our letter to God or to Spirit or to our higher self, informing what we are choosing to fill in the void we have created and how we will do it. So I ask that throughout this morning that we hold sacred space and we stay within. We don't come back out to the outer, that we just stay within. And we're going to have some beautiful music during it so that you can just come back after you burn and just sit and stay in that space and know that something deep and something transformative will be happening. So towards the end of the first meditation, you'll be guided to start to write on your paper. Then the usher's going to release you either out the front door or the back door to go burn. You can take your time. You don't have to just toss it in and leave. You can take your time. You can watch it burn. Just make sure you let go of it. Sometimes there's this deep psychological need to hold on to it and not let go. Sometimes your paper also won't catch on fire because there is something energetically that's saying you're not ready to let go of it yet. So I invite you to just be with that. If you are finding yourself gripping really tight, go, I can let go of it. I can come back and find it again if I want. I can create it again if I want, but I can let go of it for this moment and it'll be okay. All right. So we're going to start with a song to remind us of who and what we are, and then we'll go into the meditation.
If you're looking for this song later, it's by India Ari, and it's called I Am Light.
Now, if we can start to lower the house lights. I invite you to find a comfortable position with your small writing paper available. I invite you to close your eyes and focus on your breath. Big belly breath. Breathing deep into the belly. It's the breath of life. Now with that breath, let's set an intention. On the in-breath, you might want to focus on words. God is. You might want to add on the out-breath a word such as love, compassion, joy, peace, strength, or any positive quality you would like to bring into your life. So on the in-breath, God is. On the out-breath, peace, or joy, or your word. Now on the in-breath, you might want to shift to I am. And on the out-breath, whatever positive quality you would like to bring into your life. We now invite ourselves to be open and receptive to the voice of spirit within. We remain open and receptive to hear what is being whispered from spirit. Now is the time to let go of anything that is not serving us anymore. Now is the time to release the energy of everything that is not serving us. Now we begin to allow some of the things that we should be letting go of come to the surface, to come into our conscious mind as we move into several minutes of silence. Now would be a good time to go ahead and start to write or to add some more. And we'll take about 3 or 4 minutes for this. So if you have written everything that has come up, I invite you to just go back to your breath. And you may just want to go to God is, I am, or Spirit is, I am, on the in-breath and out-breath. So as you're ready, the ushers will come up and they will start to send you out this door, and there's a step there to burn on that from that side, and this door to burn from this side. And so just when the ushers come by and kind of point to your row, go ahead and be ready to go, and they'll get the center section last. We've got 2 firemen, I think, who are going to go out first and help us with the fire. Carl Jung reminded us, your vision will become clear only when you can look into your own heart. Who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakens. And now I invite you to look into your own heart to find what wants to emerge for the year 2022. What intention will fill your highest purpose? What do you want to bring more of into your life? What feelings, what experiences, what values? So take a deep breath in. And allow it to all be expelled. And another deep breath in. And a deep breath out. One more deep breath in. Deep breath out. And now we're going to spend about 5 minutes in which I invite you to write a letter to yourself, or to God, or to Spirit, or to the universe, with your vision for 2022 for you. What you want to have in your backpack that you're carrying around. What will give you joy? What will feel light? If you're feeling complete, I invite you to close your eyes and ask, is there anything else? If your letter's complete, I invite you to fold it and hold it in hands of prayer and hold sacred space as others finish. And you might want to write the date on it someplace. And so we take these dreams that do not need an interpretation and we hold them in our hearts where they came from. And you're invited to take this home to read it out loud once. Not necessarily to anyone, just out loud to the universe. Speak it. Our words have power. And then put it someplace special in your house, maybe on your altar or in a Bible or in a special book. And then on Easter or during the spring equinox, on the day of the spring equinox, I'm not sure how far apart they are right now, or maybe even on the summer solstice, you're invited to pull it out and to reread it to yourself as a reminder of where you were planning on going and seeing if you need any support to get there at that point. And so I invite everybody to take a deep breath right now and release it. And know you have done some deep work today. And if you're not finished, continue writing, and you can stay as long as you want to write today. And give yourself a pat on the back in appreciation for doing the work. And so it is.
We are the change agents of the world. Through our prayers, affirmations, being the light, and giving from our abundance, we as a spiritual community committed to self-discovery and spiritual growth support the work of the greater good as we enlighten, empower, and energize one another to uplift our world through a greater expression of God. There are many ways to financially support this spiritual community. Indirectly, through our Amazon affiliate website links and adding Unity Church of the East Valley as your favorite charity on Smile Amazon and Fry's Rewards, or directly using our Give On Link app, or Vanco, or through debit and credit and card payments in the bookstore. All the information on how to give and more can be found on our website, unityofmesa.org. Now, please take your gifts in your hands, holding our gifts in our hands, our hearts and our minds. We dedicate and consecrate these gifts to the greater expression of Spirit through the work of this ministry. Let us affirm together our offering blessing. Together, divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. We give thanks for the givers and the gifts. Thank you, God.
This song is by Daniel Nahmad, who will be here in concert on January 9th. And the song is titled, Get Ready, My Soul.
So get ready your soul, because you just did a really deep experience, and you may be done with it, but it's not done with you. And it will continue to work on you for several months. So if you have a moment after service to lend a helping hand, we're going to try and take down as much of the Christmas decorations as we can. And we could definitely use about 3 more pairs of hands at least. And it would probably be done in about 20 or 30 minutes, I think. The boxes are all ready to be loaded up. Chaplains are available for one-on-one prayer. I saw 2 of them. We have Delane and we have Sharon. We're both here. And if you would like to have prayer for anything that you're experiencing a challenge with, or just to celebrate good news, they'd love to pray for both. And now let us stand for our prayer for protection. And then we get to go out into this beautiful day and enjoy why we live here in Arizona. So together, the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us wherever we are. God is. Have a blessed rest of the Christmas weekend, and hope to see you all next week for the White Stone ceremony. It's kind of a wrap up for this. Blessings, everyone.